Rosales. And from Evergreen Lanes in Everett, here for the title matches of today's JBT event. Got some new faces. We're going to have at least one new titleist, maybe two, as in the scratch division, Paul Rosales is taking on Harry Davis, and either of them have a scratch division title, so someone will win there first. This guy, Logan Winchell, is the only bowler still playing with the title. He won TPC last year. He is taking on his cousin and league teammate and current mortal enemy, McKenna Aller, in this match with a 15-pin handicap difference that he's giving. He struck in the first, and he tickles him over in the second for a little bit of an early lead. McKenna, the top seed today, at only plus 115, so not a lot of high scores in a handicap. The field was tight against each other. There was only about 100 pins between first and 14th after the semifinals, so it was anybody's game. McKenna held on to that top seed, throws a nice shot there in the second, but leaves that pesky 10 pin. Meanwhile, Paul slid by that 6 pin, right, in the second frame to fall behind in the match by 12. Paul's been close to winning a scratch title since he's moved up to scratch, former handicap division bowler of the year. Begging for that one to curl to the left. It doesn't, but doesn't get a split either. McKenna Harden straight at the 10. Oh, hooks at the end. Bourbon Street is what we played on. That usually is a pattern that yields pretty high scores, and it just didn't materialize that way. Surface is a factor. Who you're following on the lanes is a factor. There's a limitless amount of variables that come into play as to who can come out on top. Excellent media department, well done. Trying to recover after that. There's a beautiful shot from Aller. She gets them all down there for her first mark of the title match. So a lot of new faces I talked about. Really, 3 bowlers had breakthrough days today. Harry here has been, there's no other way to sugarcoat it. He's been struggling on tour. This has been a wonderful tournament for him. Qualified at plus a lot, whatever it was, plus 125, and then grabbed the lead at plus 237 to beat top seed for the first time, and that includes an opening game of 290 and never looked back from there. And a pretty shot there. Gets his early lead out to 24. This guy had a breakthrough day as well, 299 in the semifinals to a 6th place finish. That was his career high. And U17 champ Kenji London had a breakthrough day, leading qualifying at over plus 200, and won the U17 with a win over Harry. Girls scratch went to Piper Chalmers, defending girls bowler of the year. She beat Jolie Murphy from Texas for that title. She's got family in Washington, in case you're wondering. Third frame for Davis, looking to extend the lead with the double. You see that back foot off the approach.
That was the 4th frame.
Over there. Never correct the announcer. Unless he's wrong. No problem with the double wood for Winchell off camera over there. Another statistical anomaly. Logan and Brock Bivens won the TPC last year. Last week in New Mexico, Brock won his first title since winning the TPC, and all of a sudden, bang, here's Logan with the chance to win. So 1,000+ miles away from each other. They must have gotten the TPC bat signal that it was time to win again. No problem with the spare for Davis. He broke up that bucket into something more makeable and is Dutch so far, and that's good for a nice early lead. As Logan takes a false start, 5 yards, still first down. Paul beat Kyle Adams to get here. Paul and Kyle won together at this house about 4 seasons ago. Paul was a lot shorter and Kyle is a lot less hairy. No pun intended to the Davis family. Thank you for laughing at that.
Duke, I need you to cash out your lanes, please.
Come on, Duke. Everybody yell at Duke. Ow! As Logan tries to Brooklyn. We're between shots. Everybody should just scream at Duke. Gotta put the fact that he already missed that makeable out of his head. He does, no problem for Rosales. It's the alternate dialect. Logan with that careful preparation. Qualified number 2 today at plus. No. Plus 80 for Logan. Just snuck ahead. 4th place was Alina McDougall, plus 66. Only 14 pins separated 2nd through 4th. And an opportunity here for McKenna as Winchell whiffs that spare. Ooh, cannot take full advantage. Breaks that split up. Another makeable for Rosales. Let's see if he leaves that 9. And look out! And for the second straight, or second time in 3 attempts, misses a 9 count. Just can't do that in the title match, and what a boost that is for Harry to gain pins on the bench. All are at the 4-7. No problem.
Mr. Davis is going at a 200 pace.
Indeed. I have been bowling for about 30 some odd years, and I still don't have a Dutch 200. Never done it. Have you? Probably. You don't know? Nice shot there. Yeah, 10 in the pit for Davis. He remains Dutch.
9 in the pit with a heliocopter.
Right back here at Evergreen tomorrow for more fun, then down to West Seattle in this conference, Forest Grove, Oregon, and Paradise for Invite Weekend. Next week we're in Phoenix. I'll go warm up, followed by Vegas, followed by somewhere else. San Diego, that's right. All of them coming on tour. Good spare for McKenna. He would like to be un-Dutch, but we'll have to spare it up to stay Dutch, as this time he doesn't crumble the bucket and leaves all 4 of those pins just a little fast. Right now, staying clean as plenty, as Paul has given him the lead through missed spares. We start every single JBT event with "Make Your." Thank you. It's not just a slogan, it's the difference in the tournament more often than not. Trickiest spare he's had to shoot so far. To avoid the chop and still carry out that double wood 8 pin. Ah, that's very nicely done. Look at what Harry is in Dutch, like the Dutch equivalent. There's some ahs and oots in there and something like that. Oh, well. See if we need to look that up. Paul has an interesting pre-shot routine. He does all these things, then he pushes all of his hair out of his way, which goes right back in his way. No! So he begs for that ball to hold on. It does not. Yikes, 6-7. Big trouble for Rosales halfway through this match. So on a fairly high-scoring day, Harry, without a double, going to have a 40-pin lead.
Apparently, Harry in Dutch is Juschuden.
Is what now?
Juschuden.
Is who? Verhoeven Krispies?
That's Harry in Dutch.
You shouldn't. Oh my goodness. Heaps of trouble for Paul now. Big thanks to Jason Hoff and his team here. They host a lot of different tournaments from a lot of different clubs. They basically just give us the bowling alley and say, here, do your thing, and that's greatly appreciated. Hearty portions at the restaurant here. I saw a cinnamon roll come out. It was bigger than the bowling ball. Oh no, everything going wrong for Paul right now. Good spare for Logan. He's got 5 marks in 6 frames, 96 through 5. Good for a 19-pin lead, and he's giving 15 of them back, so close match here. All right, second strike for McKenna. Pretty shot there. Paul needs to get something going here. He's only got room for 172. If Harry could hold a count, he could actually afford to open twice. But you don't want to think that way if you're Harry. You're thinking throw one great shot here and one great shot the next time and so on. while he works on his thumb, Harry, in addition to everything else, had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 wisdom teeth pulled this week. That's all of them, right? There aren't more, is it? That's all the wisdom we have? Yeah, we're gonna pull. We're gonna continue to pull teeth every single week until he doesn't win. So we're gonna knock out a few incisors next Wednesday if this match stays this way. He'll have to have only soft foods by April if he continues his winning streak. Harry, why do you eat only applesauce? Well, I'm a good bowler and all that. Well, there goes the Dutch for Oot shooting. He's now got a Belgian 198 going. Spare this up. Far less popular. Switches balls, hard and straight, but not enough to not pick off that 6 out of the 10, and there is one of the 2 opens he can afford. As the plot thickens, you have 2 bowlers who haven't won a title, so this is uncharted territory for them both. It's going to make these last 3 frames a lot more tense. Big advantage, but one more open and Paul would actually have room to pull this off. Very few leads are completely safe in bowling. Oh man, a real nice shot. All of a sudden, a solid 10 comes up. He still hasn't struck on lane 1. 9, 8, 6, and now 9 on the left-hand lane. If some combination happens and he'll need the mark in the 10th, that's going to be a dicey scenario. No! There's some dicey carry strikes Winchell there. He's been cruising along as well, but that's going to put a little snag in the operation. And no, he misses the 10 for back-to-back opens. Somehow, some way, Rosales has an opportunity here. My goodness. For Paul, he's just got to put all the rest out of his head. He's been rolling great all day long. Find a way to catch a double right here and put all the pressure in the world back on Harry. Logan gets the 1. That's the right move there. 144 through 8, which is only a 7-pin lead, and he's giving 15. So with the handicap factored in, McKenna now has the lead, and what a giant shot for Paul right here.
Come on, Paul.
Well, a tickle, jump, do something. Man, I would be jumping up and down at the foul line trying to add some earthquake to that 4. Fair enough, you never know. Tricky 310 for Aller. Everyone knows I hate the 310. That's perfectly done. Great job there. That's fair. Good spare for Paul too. The thing of it for Paul is just make those 2 9 dashes, 9 slashes, and he's got at least 112 in the 7th. You'd be almost virtually tied. Just make those 9 count. But that's for me to talk about. He should not be thinking about those right now. Think about throwing the strike and praying to have yet another chance. This time Aller breaks up the 310. Yeah, just not happening. Had to do better than spares, and Paul's body language tells the story. As he thought he had a look, and that look is not there anymore. He's trying, folks. Different things, and the ball just not reacting. It's so hard to explain to a non-bowler why Paul is struggling right now. Oh, jeez. When it rains, it pours. It's just everything going wrong for Paul, and Harry Davis has himself a victory lap on camera. He's got a WYBT title. He will add JBT to that alphabet soup, and what a boost mentally, everything. Once you know you can do this, suddenly the game often gets much easier. See a lot more of them. And of course, there's the strike. His thumb held out. His thumb let him down in Oregon. He had to attempt to bowl two-handed, and not so much. The thumb looks like it's just barely going to hang in there the rest of the day. And for the man in orange who does Junior American Ninja Warrior, he is trying to think of a catchy fitness-based thing. Who cares? Those two hands in the air say it all. Paul just wants to evaporate into the wall right now, guarantee you. Rough finish, but Paul was fantastic all day. Every time this happens, we remind people how great they had to have bowled to get the opportunity to bowl that stinker on camera. Give him a break. No, just not happening. Rough one for Paul, but gosh, I'm happy for Harry. Works hard at his game. Had a lot of lumps were taken to get to this point. But you are now once and forever a JBT champ. But will it be Logan with 2 or cousin McKenna with 1? This one's coming down to the 10th. Logan is giving 15 and leads by 10. Both bowlers have a spare working in the 10th. Oh, nice shot by Winchell. Doesn't carry that 10. As Harry will have the least amount of pressure possible on that thumb. Who cares? You're a winner. Hey, champ.
Thank you. Hello.
Did it just finally give out on you? At the very last moment. Look at that. So Logan has to have this spare, and then hopes for McKenna to open, pending any bizarre counts from either one of them, which is always a possibility. Get a potato on that thumb. Oh yeah. Oh no, but instead a missed 10-pin is probably going to be the end of the day for Logan and be a first career title for this one. Back in the good old days, there's a bunch of kids running around every Saturday night with potatoes just around the top. Kenna's got that shot on the lane. That 9 count is good enough. That's a winner. So 2 first-time winners today up in Everett. Always fun to see that. Some different names beat our regular suspects this time. The regular suspects will be out for vengeance tomorrow.
I finally got second on my
You have hit for the cycle, Logan.
Yes, indeed.
McKenna's got a chance to win the game scratch here if she can strike on this final shot. So do you pay for her league fees next week? Do you have to wash the dishes next week, or what's the deal here? Strike for the scratch win. Oh, it's a scratch tie, but it's a handicap tournament. McKenna Allers, today's handicap JBT champion. Excellent stuff. This is maximum joy from McKenna, ladies and gentlemen. She's doing her Lathan chin impression. Nice job, cuz. Way to go, cuz. Great stuff here in Everett all day. We'll do it all over again tomorrow. Congrats to all of our finalists.